Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just keep getting in your own way? What if I told you the biggest obstacle you face isn't the world or the people around you, but you? In Brianna Wiest's The Mountain Is You, she shows us how we can turn self-sabotage into self-mastery. Today, we're breaking down the lessons of this life-changing book and how you can finally start climbing the mountain that's been holding you back, yourself. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with practical tips to start making real progress in your life. Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you love book summaries like this one and want more actionable life lessons from today's top books. So let's get started. What exactly is self-sabotage? Let's start with a concept that many of us can relate to: self-sabotage. In The Mountain Is You, Brianna explains that self-sabotage isn't just about being lazy or unmotivated. It's much deeper. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself delaying a big project or talking yourself out of opportunities, even though you know they could help you? That's self-sabotage, and it happens because, on some level, we're afraid. We're afraid of the changes those opportunities might bring, or scared of stepping into something unfamiliar, something that might require us to become a different version of ourselves. Let's say you want to start a new business or go for a promotion at work, but every time you get close, you suddenly find yourself too busy or convinced that you're not ready. Brianna says this is your subconscious mind working overtime to protect you from discomfort by keeping you in your comfort zone. And while it feels safe, it's stopping you from growing. The mountain metaphor. One of the key metaphors in this book is the idea of a mountain. Brianna says that the mountain represents the challenges, fears, and internal obstacles we need to overcome to become our best selves. But here's the twist. She points out that the mountain isn't something external. It's not the job you didn't get or the failed relationship. The mountain is you. The fears, the doubts, the self-imposed limitations. They are what you need to climb. Imagine standing at the foot of a huge mountain. You want to reach the top, but it feels so overwhelming that you stay rooted in place. Maybe you don't feel ready to climb, or you think you're not good enough yet. What Brianna helps us understand is that these are just stories we tell ourselves to avoid facing the unknown. And while standing still feels safe, it's also what keeps us unfulfilled. This idea that we are our own mountain is both liberating and intimidating, because once you realize that the obstacle is internal, you also realize that you have the power to change it. Why we sabotage ourselves. Now, why do we do this to ourselves? Brianna offers some insightful explanations. One reason is the fear of success. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes, we fear what success could mean for us. Success brings change, and change brings discomfort. This discomfort triggers our survival instincts, making us cling to what's familiar, even if it's not what we want. She also talks about emotional addiction. We might be unconsciously addicted to feelings of stress, failure, or unworthiness because they've become part of our identity. Even though these emotions hurt us, they're familiar, and our brain craves what's familiar. Think of a time when you've set a goal, whether it's losing weight or starting a side hustle, and the minute things start going well, you find yourself slipping back into old habits. You stop going to the gym, or you put off working on your business. Brianna explains this as our brain resisting change. It's not that we don't want success. It's that we're used to living in a state of struggle, and stepping out of that feels unsettling. How to climb your mountain. So, how do we break free from this cycle? The first step is awareness. Brianna says that identifying your self-sabotaging habits is crucial. Start noticing the moments when you're holding yourself back. What are the common excuses you make? When do you feel the most resistance? Once you're aware of your patterns, you can start taking small steps to change them. One technique Brianna suggests is learning to tolerate discomfort. Growth is uncomfortable, and the sooner you make peace with that, the faster you can move forward. The next time you catch yourself hesitating, remind yourself that discomfort is a sign you're on the right path. Another powerful tip is to shift your focus from outcomes to progress. We often sabotage ourselves because we're so fixated on the result that we get overwhelmed. Brianna encourages us to focus on small, consistent actions rather than waiting for the perfect moment to act. Let's say you want to write a book. Instead of waiting for the perfect time when inspiration hits, start with writing just 1 page a day. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. What matters is that you're moving forward. As Brianna puts it, progress builds momentum, and momentum keeps us moving. In the end, the mountain is you teaches us that the key to breaking free from self-sabotage is understanding that we are the ones in control. The fears, the doubts, the excuses, they're all part of the mountain we've created in our minds. But once you realize that, you also realize that you have the power to climb that mountain. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this summary, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more book breakdowns, and leave a comment below about a time you've overcome self-sabotage. Let's keep the conversation going. And remember, growth isn't easy, but it's always worth it. Keep climbing, and I'll see you next time on the Reader's Rundown.